Down at the rivers, the cast gets even stranger. Crocodiles lie on sandbanks so still they might be carved from old wood. Only the flick of an eye or the slow slide of a tail gives them away. Hippos pack themselves into pools like giant, grunting rocks, blowing bubbles and yawning wide enough to show off teeth the size of your fingers. In the reeds, a heron stalks as if it has all the time in the world, waiting for exactly the right moment to strike. On one bank, baboons pick through the grass, babies clinging to their mothers' backs like tiny passengers on a chaotic bus ride. Everywhere you look, there's some kind of negotiation underway. Zebra and wildebeest graze together, stripes and dark bodies mixing into a moving pattern that confuses predators. Warthogs trot past with their tails high, piglets racing along behind them like tiny, panicked rocket boosters. If you're lucky, you might notice a flash of something rarer, a pack of African wild dogs, mottled coats glowing in the sun, trotting down the road in single file like a highly disciplined biker gang. When they hunt, everything changes. Impala scatter, guinea fowl explode into flight, and the bush turns into a blur of speed and dust. Overhead, the sky is just as busy. Vultures circle in wide, lazy spirals, scanning for the next meal. Eagles perch on the tops of dead trees, silhouettes sharp against the bright sky, watching everything below with patient precision. Lilac-breasted rollers flash neon blues and purples as they dart between branches, turning even a quiet roadside into a tiny fireworks show of color. If you stop and listen, the soundscape is almost overwhelming. Frogs calling from hidden puddles, crickets buzzing, birds shouting warnings and love songs into the heat. As the day wears on, the mood shifts. The bright, sharp edges of morning soften into the heavy heat of midday. You might find a lone bull elephant standing in the shade of a single tree, gently flapping his ears. A rhino may appear suddenly from behind a termite mound, larger and more prehistoric than you expect, horn catching the light as it pauses to sniff the air. Even when nothing dramatic is happening, just watching them move, thick skin creasing, ears twitching at flies, muscles rippling under armor, feels unreal. And then comes late afternoon, when everything seems to wake up again. The shadows lengthen, and suddenly, animals that were invisible all day start to appear. Kudu step quietly out of the bushes, massive spiral horns carving slow arcs above their heads. Waterbuck gather near pans and rivers, their shaggy coats glowing in the last light.